And welcome back to the PG Show, guys, we're your hot spot for college football player interviews. I am joined today by a player from the University of Oklahoma, Justin Harrington. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Just got back from a trip to Missouri with the family. Went to $7 City yesterday. It was a little cold, but listen, we made it through, and I'm just glad to be home. I'm glad to see my dog. He had to rough it out with somebody else for the past 2 days. So,
Nah, it's all good. It's getting chilly out here in Norman too.
yeah. But you know what? My allergies are bothering me, and I'm like, I really would like the weather to figure out what it's doing because this constantly switching from like 60 degrees back to like 30, it does not work for my allergies. So I'm like, just get cold already.
Yeah, I've been sneezing all day too. I'm like, man, what's going on? But hey, I'm really not too. My allergies don't get too bad, but I've been sneezing pretty much throughout the day today. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's no, I did see. Did it rain last night?
Yeah, it did. It rained. It actually woke me up. It was probably like 3, 4 o'clock. It rained a little
Oh,
bit. So
wow. Okay, well, it must be it might be the rain then, stirring up some mold or something like that. I know that usually gets people sometimes, so
yeah, some.
all right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into it. Go ahead and just tell everybody a little bit more about you, some about your family. Where'd you grow up?
Well, I grew up in Raleigh, North Carolina. But most of my family's in Maryland, DMV, and New Jersey area. And my mom's side, my mother's side is from LA. Um, yeah, pretty much. There's nothing really too much about me. You know, I love to cook. I love football. I love to play football. Um, that's pretty much it. I'm really simple, really even kill guy.
Yeah, so you said you love to cook. What's one of your favorite things to cook?
Uh, I cooked Thanksgiving for the first time this year by myself, so that was pretty fun. But I would say my favorite is probably a good steak. You can't go wrong with good steak. So
You
some
can't go wrong
garlic,
with a good steak.
some garlic potatoes, baked macaroni, stuff like that. You know, soul food, southern cooking.
Now, do you help cook the steaks on is it Wednesday or Thursday when they do steak
On
nights?
Tuesday, uh,
Tuesdays?
no, I don't. I really what I do is it's funny because everybody, you know what I'm saying, gets their steak cooked how they want to. So I tell them is give it to me as rare as possible and I'll just come home and, you know what I'm saying, cook it and then cook some sides and stuff. So it's kind of funny. Everybody laugh at me, but I mean it's cool though.
Yeah, no, people laugh at me too. I like my steaks blue rare. I don't know if you know what that is or familiar with it, but it's like practically 30, 45 seconds on each side. Basically just enough
Yeah.
to sear it. It's a really cold center, but it's a warm
Yeah.
outside. People think I'm a hooligan for that. So yeah, but
Uh,
hey,
uh,
rare steak is the
I,
only way to go.
my dad likes it rare. He said it's as rare as it can get. Me personally, I can't do rare. I'll just take it home rare just so I can cook it how I want to. But I mean, to each his own. I mean,
Yeah.
hey,
Now, when you cook it at home, do you use like a grill? Or are you like pan searing it and then put it in the oven? Or
um, well, if my granddad heard this, he'd probably kill me. But I'll pan sear it first. But if I'm kind of tired and I just need to get some in my stomach, I'll definitely put it in the oven. But usually like if we have time or if I'm cooking like throughout the day, I'll definitely just go outside and put it on my little grill or I'll do it pan sear like a cast iron or something.
yeah, I honestly, cooking steaks and eating steaks all my life, I have found pan searing it, but then putting it in the oven is really the best way to cook it at home. Because
Yeah.
yeah, I know everybody likes the grill marks on their steaks because it makes it look good, but I really like getting that thick crust on the outside of the steak, and then when you put it in the oven, you can really control the temperature, the inside of the steak. I think that's the best way to do it to come out right every time.
You might know what you're doing, huh?
Listen, I might or might not cook a couple times. On my personal Instagram, I definitely uh, let the gram eat before I do. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm cooking
I know.
salmon, chicken, which and I have an air fryer and I'm in love with it. And I've actually been like testing everything with it. I kid you not, I've air fried a steak and it
Hey,
actually was really good.
that air fryer, people look down on air fryers because like they say like you can't cook if you got an air fryer. It's just really convenient. So like I know I can cook. I love to cook, but it's like it saves you so much time. Like I'll throw some wings in that I had before, and just like it's so much. It's not time consuming, so it's really
Yeah,
convenient though.
you're right. It is convenient, and when you use the air fryer, like for me, it's like I'm getting married in June, so my fiance does not live here, and so since it's just me, I really don't ever want to turn on the oven and utilize gas and everything else just for one portion of salmon or like two chicken breasts or whatever. Like, so I'm gonna go use it because I have like one of those nice Ninja air fryers, so it air fries, it bakes, it broils, it
Yeah,
does it all. So I'm like, and it ventilates better, so you don't stink up your house as much.
I was gonna ask you before, actually before you said that, were you married? I was like, hey, if you wasn't married, you gonna have a wife real soon. But hey, it's like you got to take care of you. Hey, that air fryer gonna keep you a happy wife, huh?
Yes, she doesn't know how lucky she is. She's gonna be an RN, so she works about 36 to 48 hours a week. So
Okay.
I work from home,
Hmm.
so it's easier for me to do all the cooking and everything. So when she comes home, she's gonna have meals ready. It's gonna be listen. She's gonna have an easy life. Let's
Hey
just
man,
say
you gonna
that.
be Superman to your wife. She gonna come
Hey,
on the meal prep, huh?
Yeah, you know what? It's the best way to do it. It's the best way, and we're and working from home. I've been able to do so much more cooking because you're not getting home at 5:30, 6 o'clock. You can put
Yeah,
something on at 5. I've done crock pot stuff. Man, dude, it's great.
yeah. Happy wife, happy life.
That's what they say. So,
Hey, hey, hey. In a couple months, just tell me how it's going. See if that slogan still stick, huh?
yeah, listen, I went to physical therapy the other day, and the female physical therapists, they were like, "Listen, whenever she asks us something, just say okay and yes, and go do it, or ask her what do you need, even if she doesn't need anything, ask her what she needs so that you can just check that off." And I'm like, "Got it."
Hey, you better listen to her. I'm telling you,
Yes.
you better
So
listen.
great advice from physical therapy. It's not why I go there, but I'll take it when I can get it. So.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, well, we talked about a little bit, just about you, about your hobbies. What's kind of just your biggest motivation, whether that's for life or when you step out on the field?
Um, I definitely think about my brothers and that's in the locker room on his team, and that's just my brothers. You know what I'm saying in general. I have my brother hung up in my right now. He's getting ready for the NFL draft. So and definitely my mother and my father. We've been through. My family's been through a lot. So you know what I'm saying. I try to keep that in my back pocket and not let it blind me and cloud my mind up. But I definitely make sure it's my motivation. I make sure I write it down in my daily affirmations and make sure I know my why every day. So, I mean, I never let that slip.
Now, you said you got your brother preparing for the draft. Who might that be?
Trip Harrington, he goes to Langston University in Oklahoma,
Okay.
HBCU, they NAIA. So, yeah, he's been there for 2.5 seasons. The half season came from COVID when I think they had like 6 games. So, um, yeah, he's getting prepared for the draft. They had their last game a couple weeks ago, so he's doing pretty good. He's pretty hopefully pretty high on the draft board.
Hey, maybe he can come show up to one of those OU pro days or something. Maybe they'll let
I'm
him
working
sneak up
on it.
there.
I'm working on it, Coach V. I'm working on it, man. Hey,
What does
hey,
he
man.
play?
He plays quarterback.
Okay,
Plays
cool.
quarterback.
So
Yep.
they're gonna need somebody to throw to the wide receivers, right?
Yeah. Definitely, I definitely gonna put that in Coach V's ear. But yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. But if it happens or not, he'll definitely have somewhere to have a pro day.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's awesome. So, you've been on the team for about 3 years is what I see when I look on these. So I'm just taking all this from ESPN on their statistics. And this is the first year that you've really got to see some action. And I look at it and go, okay, Justin Harrington's had a pretty good year. 22 total tackles, 11 of those were solo, and then you had 1 interception. You've been with the team. You've seen a lot of changes. You've seen us undergo a pretty historic coaching change, which I say historic because OU does not go through coaches very often. You've seen people leave through the portal, which has been ever changing in the time that you've been here. You've had NIL be a factor. In your 3 years of being on the team, what has been probably one of the most impactful or shocking moments of being on the team?
I would say with my second year after I tore my ACL and this year, just with how both Coach Riley and Coach V has made sure that the alumni has been a part of our program, is making sure they come back and show their face to the to the new recruits and to the new freshmen coming in and the guys who's transferring in to show really how much of a family oriented program we are. So I really feel like that's number one on the list. And I mean, it's really nothing that's even close. I think that stands out the most, really.
Yeah, so you've been a part of some pretty successful teams. In 2020, uh, got that ending to the year. We beat Florida in the Cotton Bowl. Last year, we end up going to the Alamo Bowl. I know people don't really consider that a great bowl, but it's a good bowl, especially for the Cheez-It. Compared to the Cheez-It Bowl, I feel like Alamo Bowl is pretty good. But, and you've been a part of so many teams. This year, OU obviously takes a dip, right? 6-6, first-year head coach. We know the statistics. What is it, 45+% turnover on the team? Lot of adversity for some of you tenured guys to be able to go out there and help just lead and then help change the program. What has that been like in terms of just knowing that this is not the season that anyone signed up for at Oklahoma?
Well, Coach preaches it, and we preach it throughout the locker room. Just pretty much just staying together, knowing that it's going to be light on the other side. I feel like just me being a big observation guy. I know OU is going to be in it, like they're in great hands with Coach V. It's everything doesn't just happen, you know what I'm saying? And he preaches that he's seen the work, you know what I'm saying? He preaches that we've put in the work over the spring and from fall camp, you know what I'm saying, over summer camp and whatnot. But you don't always reap the harvest, the fruits of your harvest, meaning you don't always just get what you deserve or what you think you deserve. Sometimes you have to wait, or sometimes it's not your turn. So I feel like there's no panic, but there's still, you know what I'm saying, daily competition. There's still daily commitment throughout the locker room. So I feel like all in all, the OU will be in great hands with Coach V and the staff.
Yeah, so you entered the transfer portal last year. And let's be honest, it wasn't a shock. We expected the freaking whole team to enter the portal. When you've got that big of a change, right, with the head coach that you signed up for to play with, then they leave, go somewhere else. You can't blame the kids for wanting to go into the portal and look for other options.
Right.
You come in, and then BV comes in, and I'm assuming you just decided to run it back with BV and see what he could do on the defensive side of the ball. What led you to stay at the University of Oklahoma last year?
Um, I mean, I talked to my family throughout the whole process, and it was just more so. It was in between. Coach V, obviously, his track record is, you know what I'm saying, goes so far, and just him being the defensive guru and what he make can do for me, you know what I'm saying, in the sense of trying to play at the next level was just a no brainer, and just the things I was talking about my family, it was just like don't like just finishing something that you started. So I committed to Oklahoma, and I love Oklahoma. I love being in Norman and doing what I love for the university. And I kind of told Coach V that when we had our meeting, and it was kind of like he understood where I was coming from, and we're talking about you know what I'm saying, making decisions that don't define you and whatnot, and that's how I feel like I came back on the team. It was just like I never left with the guys and with the new coaching staff as well.
Yeah, and the new coaching staffs come in, and we've seen them. Really, it feels like come in trying to make a cultural change. In your opinion, what do you think about the program and the direction that it's in? Because I know a lot of Sooner fans watch this podcast and they get a little worried sometimes. So, what do you think about the direction of the program and where it could be in like the next 10 years?
As you can see, just not based on the record, but just based on, you know what I'm saying, the things that the coaching staff you hear from different coaches is pretty much, you know what I'm saying, the same thing, and we're going in the right direction. It's just not being shown through the record. I feel like we're Coach V is really focusing on growing people instead of growing our record better or growing, you know what I'm saying, better football team. We want to create a family and something that we can come back to 10 years with our kids. And he preaches that, you know what I'm saying, all the time. You guys are gonna come back 20 years from now and you're gonna have little kids, and you know what I'm saying? It's having that, and that weighs more than a record right now or a record for a specific season. And not to say this what we knew, but it's it's happened numerous of times with very, you know what I'm saying, very successful coaches in the college football world. So I don't feel like anybody's panicking, and it's still like Coach says, it's his first time doing it, and he doesn't get this chance again, but he can learn from it. And it's so many things. It's 6 losses, and we look at it 6 opportunities to where we can fix. So next year, I don't believe that we can't do anything. Like I mean, I feel like it's going to be a special year.
Yeah, next year could be a really special year, right? Because you and many of the other guys that are going to be here next year, you get an opportunity to learn the new defensive scheme, right? You've had the whole year, you've got an opportunity to be able to teach the freshmen. Because I think, and I don't know if you'll agree with me, uh, changing from Grinch's defense to BV's defense, it's pretty different. And so the scheme to be able to learn that and be able to go out there and execute it, I think really takes a year for you guys to be able to get it under your belt. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
100%, 100%. I could say just being in both systems. One thing that I feel like Coach Grinch preached was, you know what I'm saying, just getting the ball, or just, you know, the effort based defense. This Coach V's defense is more so just about discipline. You know what I'm saying, knowing who you're using and whatnot, and knowing who's around, and knowing and you know what I'm saying, just using your teammates and knowing where you need to be and where someone else is going to be, and that takes, you know what I'm saying, tremendous amount of discipline and trust. So it's about building trust and doing your job, and the outcome is going to be great every time if you just do your job.
Yeah. So, how hard is it to be disciplined out on the field, especially when we get put in positions like we have been over the past couple of years, right? Where hey, they could break it out for a big run or a decent pass, right? How hard is it to be able to keep that discipline in those moments?
Um, I wouldn't. I would say it would be hard if we didn't prepare for it. So I mean, football is all about adversity. Adversity is always going to happen in every single game, and it's happened in every college game that's ever been played. So, just knowing that adversity is going to happen, and when it hits, just knowing how to react, or training your body, training with your teammates, and knowing how to react when adversity comes is I feel like it's a big thing, and everybody in college football, every team in college football doesn't have that. So just staying poised, you know what I'm saying, knowing that and trusting your training is pretty much how you get through that. Like adversity is bound to happen every single game, and the good and bad thing about it is you never know when it's going to come. So always be ready and always be prepared for it, and you'll never have to get ready for it.
Love it. Love to hear it. So we talked about it earlier. You've been around the circle a little bit in college football. You've seen a lot of changes throughout the sport itself, not just at the program, but at the sport. NIL has taken off and became a huge thing, which has made the transfer portal just become an extremely popular thing. What does NIL and mean to you? And then how do you as a player view the transfer portal?
Okay, well, I'll start off with your first question about NIL. I feel like NIL is just a great thing. It opens up a lot of opportunities in a sense of regular world thing, like regular world problems that we can fix. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to be able to play football forever. So just these different corporations and companies and different, you know what I'm saying, people that have different opportunities that they can grant to you to help you is a beautiful thing. And I feel like um, it's just the new age. It's a new age, and everybody has to start adapting to it. And I really feel like it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and NIL, yeah, I look at it and I go, it's a great thing. But I also feel like maybe it could be a bad thing a little bit because players could get sucked into a contract or something that they don't realize they're getting sucked into because, let's be honest, there's people out there that, they're just looking to make a quick buck. They're not really looking out for the interest of people. So when, as a player going into an NIL deal, what are some ways that you look to maybe protect yourself on those deals and those opportunities?
Well, I think of it like this: to protect yourself, you have to protect your morals and values, um, and you have to have morals and values. If you're just going for a quick buck, like you said, they're going to be able to get you into anything. Not to say that everybody has a bad um, has it out for you, but I mean, it is people. It's a lot of people out there that want your name, image, and likeness, and it's not really about, you know what I'm saying, building your brand. So one thing that I do, you know what I'm saying, with NIL, I definitely first try to endure to the companies that I interest, you know what I'm saying, or that the hobbies that I have that I interest that might have the that might share like the same, you know what I'm saying, hobbies or whatever. But other than that, I mean, yeah, I feel like you should try to, you know what I'm saying. NIL helps broaden your horizon. You're not just stuck to one thing. If I like to cook, I'm not just looking for grills and spatulas and, you know what I'm saying, different seasonings. I might, you know what I'm saying, venture out to a clothing, or I might venture out to, you know what I'm saying. I mean, it's so many different things, and I've learned it's like so many different things that I can't just hold myself in a little box. Like I've found different hobbies that through NIL that I didn't know I had interest in. So it's kind of cool in a sense if you know how to control it. And I feel like you just have to be mature enough to, you treat yourself like a business. You be mature enough to, you know what I'm saying, take care of your business and hold everything under control.
Now, does the university, are they able to provide you guys like any assistance, so like lawyers or any oversight into maybe some of those contracts to make sure that you guys aren't getting into a bad situation? Or
Um, I'm not really hands on. I'm not sure. I don't think they can do it like really hands on. But you know what I'm saying. If it's just vague advice, you know what I'm saying. Just because we do have a relationship with us being in the facility, I don't think there's a boundary on that. But just any, you know what I'm saying. Just advice, pretty much like just be careful, or you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm saying, just be careful and just make sure you're taking everything into accountability to protect yourself. I don't
yeah,
think it's really like I don't think they can help us with too much, but
hey, you know what? It's been one of those things. NIL's kind hard to understand. You see it going every which way. So
yeah,
I always like to
it's
ask this question, and I've asked
what's
everybody this question. If you could have any NIL deal with any restaurant on campus or in Norman, where would it be?
uh on campus. Okay, I got two answers. One, I have an answer that everybody would say just because I feel like it's just like who wouldn't in my specific one. So I would say the perfect NIL deal that anybody would know, like nobody would turn down, would just be Chick-fil-A. Like who you can't go wrong with Chick-fil-A.
No.
And my personal would be Louis on Campus Corner.
I would say I think there's been about 3 or 4 of you guys that have selected that one as an
If
option.
you if you know about the wings, yeah, not very many people know. I try to put them on. I try to put a couple people on, but you know what I'm saying. If you know, you know. Those wings go
Hey,
crazy.
yeah, hey, Louis is great, great environment, great food. I love going there. So, outside of the wings, is there anything else that you like to get at Louis?
They have this. I get it. Well, it's. I think I made it up. I don't know if they're supposed to mix it, but I get a strawberry lemonade. It's like a frozen. It's like slushy type thing, and I get it every time I order my. It's crazy. Like it's like the perfect amount of sweet and tangy and sour. It's perfect. Louis, y'all doing your thing, man. Just hit me up, guys.
Okay, now that I've got to check out. I did not know
And
that was a thing. I'm gonna have to check that out.
yeah, I think it's just lemon. I think it's just lemonade. But if you ask for strawberry, they'll put the strawberry syrup in it. It's the perfect blend. Just, I'm telling you, go try it out. Go try it out.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try it out because I come up to Norman quite a bit. So, well, I'm definitely got to go hit up Louis and try that one. So, okay, let's have a little bit of fun here.
Let's rock.
So, the first question that I have for you is during your recruitment, is there any place that you went or on any of your visits, was there anything that just like was funny or like the process was funny? Like, or I guess the best way to word it is what was your funniest and what was your worst recruiting experience?
Uh, funniest. I don't. I would say just coming out of junior college. I wouldn't say it was just. It was funny. It was just. I think I didn't. I don't think I had a funny moment because it's just like the way I did. I took my recruiting. It was just like I was. It was almost like a business trip. Literally every of the 4 or 5 I took, it was just business trips. Like I was just trying to really fill out. You know what I'm saying? See if I could be at that place. But the worst one was I'm sorry, but it was hometown. It was NC State, and I came. You know what I'm saying on the Sundays. You have like you have your family meetings with the coaches and stuff like. And I was talking to the coach, and he was like, man, he's like, I just got finished watching a film probably yesterday or whatever. I'm glad my staff went to go get you. And he was like, to be honest, I really don't know who you are. I wouldn't know who you were if they didn't go get you. And mind you, I'm the number one DB in the country coming out. And you know what I'm saying, I have offers from everywhere. But I grew up in Raleigh, 15 minutes away from, you know what I'm saying, the NC State Stadium, Carter Finley Stadium. And it was just like I was literally trying to find, like, while I was committed to OU, I was literally trying to find every reason for me to commit to NC State so I could stay home so my people could watch my games. And he said that, and it literally broke me. It was like it broke my heart, and I was like, man, well, I'm already committed to OU. I'm probably gonna go to OU because I really loved it. So it was kind of sad, but it was just like it was funny. It was like a chuckle, like okay, like that's just some fuel. But it was just like it was crazy. Like me and my parents kind of stopped while he was talking. We looked at each other like, oh, like that was crazy. It was
Like,
just
did you
weird.
really just say that?
Yeah, yeah. Like not to say like I was cocky or anything, but like you know what I'm saying. Like everybody, like you can feel like how a coach feels about you. You know what I'm saying. You're just going through the recruitment process. You talking to what I'm saying, Big Ten coaches, Pac-12. You're talking to the SEC coaches, different ACC coaches, and you know what I'm saying, and all the coaches from the Big 12 or whatever. And you know how much those coaches value and when they're saying the same thing about you, or you know who you are based on what they're saying about you. And it was just like that was like nah, you can't, like, and we're just looking like whoa, like nah, you can't say that. And you just like you pretty much lost me. Like I can't come here. Like and my best friend goes to NC State. So I was like, man, I don't know what your coach is on or what he tried to do, but I said I'm not coming. I'm not coming here.
I have no words for that one. I
It
have
was
no
crazy.
words.
Like it was literally that's how we were. Like it was a big old table. Me, my dad, my stepdad, my brother, my little brother was a little baby, and we just looking like I think he was kind of like looking down, like kind of you know what I'm saying, looking up, looking down, and like I guess like in the midst of him looking down, we just like whoa, like nah, we can't do that. We can't do that. Can't go here.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. So, wow. Yeah. Was there any potential look at North Carolina and the Tar Heels, or were you like, nah, NC State or bust when it comes to North Carolina?
Nah, no. It was they I really don't remember if they offered me or not. I really don't. But funny story, in high school, I was a sophomore in high school. I was on varsity and my brother was getting ready for his senior year, and they were recruiting him heavy. And this is the reason why I just didn't want to go to UNC. So they pretty much recruited him, and they were talking to him, you know what I'm saying, send him letters and everything. And they pretty much just like didn't offer him. Like they loved him, didn't offer him. He tore up the camp. He everything. And I was just like, I was a sophomore. I was what, I think I was like 15, turning 16. I was young. And I'm like, no, I said one day I'm gonna get highly recruited. And I said, if they offer me, I'll never go there just because of how they did my brother. So it was kind of like one of those things. It's sad that they just hometown schools, they just like they let, I don't know, it's crazy. And that's kind of like North Carolina stigma. Like we let so much talent just roll out of, and you know what I'm saying, we playing all across the country. So I got friends all across the country just playing at random schools. And when we all could be in the same, you know what I'm saying, just we could be playing for, you know what I'm saying, potential national championship if all the guys from, you know what I'm saying, Raleigh or Charlotte or, you know what I'm saying, the Durham area just all stayed there, and we just be all together, you know what I'm saying? But hey, we all have different paths to take. So that's kind of like my little spiel on UNC and NC State.
That's crazy. Was there now when you entered the portal last year, did they at least reach back out to you at all?
NC State, yes. I actually like worked out in the facility. That's where I always worked out at. But I really wasn't. I really couldn't get over that, and it wasn't anything like, it wasn't a heavy recruiting anyway. It was just like, you know, shooting a text like, hey man, we want to talk. So I mean, I didn't. I was open to anything, but I mean, I just couldn't see I wanted to go again, but I couldn't see myself. They did it that time, and they'll do it again. So I mean, it
Wow,
was kind of like one of those.
that's absolutely crazy. So one thing that I like to understand, and I know a lot of other people like to get an understanding, it's an experience we'll never experience because we're just not talented enough, but the official visit process in terms of your recruiting, like dive into a little bit more about the recruitment. What is it like to go on these official visits and have them wine and dine you and try to earn you to come there for 4 years? What is that like?
I would say it's way different now though. Like it's like these kids they like, our coaches is going big for these younger guys. So I would say 3 years ago, it's definitely not, it's not the same caliber as what they're pulling up in all type of stuff and pictures and all type of crazy stuff. So but me personally, it's fun. Just, you know what I'm saying, coming from junior college, and you know what I'm saying, trying to get the little bit of experience just coming from like high school and stuff, having a a Division I university like 10, 15 minutes away. I would say it's pretty fun, you know what I'm saying, just going from, you know what I'm saying, maybe you're not anybody your freshman or sophomore year, going to, you know what I'm saying, building, getting better, and just getting that, you know what I'm saying, different coaches just talking to you, and it's just very fulfilling. So I would say it's fun. It's definitely fun, but it's definitely very stressful, and nobody can tell me it isn't. Like nobody can tell me it isn't, because you can have 50 offers or you can have 3 offers. You know what I'm saying? It's, you're choosing those 3, or you break it down and you choose those 10. You get it down to 10. It's definitely very stressful because you have your parents influencing you. You have people from, you know what I'm saying, your neighborhood saying where you should go, or, oh yeah, we like them, or we like this team, or, you know what I'm saying? So it's different. You're getting pulled from a lot of different directions in the sense of, you know what I'm saying, people you love and your family. But all in all, I feel like for everybody's getting recruited, I think that they should just like have a couple days throughout, you know what I'm saying, the recruiting process to really sit down, you know what I'm saying, write down your goals and write down, you know what I'm saying, what you want to get out of a university, instead of, because they're gonna drain and everything they can out of you as a player, as a student athlete. So I feel like you should definitely take those days and, you know what I'm saying, really sit down and and understand what you're getting yourself into, not in a bad way. So all in all, to answer your question, I feel like it's very fun, but it's definitely very stressful.
Yeah. So, I mean, what's that like as a player having to manage those relationships as a recruit, right? So, you're having to choose a place to commit. You could have a great relationship with the guy at Colorado and a great relationship with the guy at Oregon State, and then really great relationship with the people at OU. Like, is there like a sense of like I just don't want to let everybody down and like I can only choose one, or what's that like?
Uh, well, funny story. So Houston offered me first, after my freshman year, or like during my freshman year, junior college, and I was talking to the coaching staff and like throughout the whole recruiting with me getting offered from the big schools, the OU's, the Michigans, you know what I'm saying? Um, and it's just really hard because you feel like you really just like create a friendship, and you really don't know at the time if you're really getting that relationship that you think you're getting. But I really felt like it was a handful of schools and a handful of coaches that I really created, like still to this day, a relationship that's very strong aside of football. So I pretty much, like, when I was getting the bigger schools and I was you know what I'm saying, going through the second, I would say, the second wave of my recruiting, where the schools get bigger and, you know what I'm saying, the everything just gets bigger and faster, and everything just, it's a blur. I feel like it's a sad day. Like, man, a lot of people could agree with me. It's a sad day, just like, you know what I'm saying, letting those coaches know, like, okay, coach, I just want to be transparent with you, and I'm gonna go a different direction. I got offered from these guys, and I'm really, you know what I'm saying, I'm really focused on these guys. But I really, if anything changes, I'll keep you updated and whatnot. But it's um I'm probably not going to commit to you. But it's bitter. It's very bitter. I wouldn't say it's bittersweet. It's definitely very bitter when you really have a genuine relationship with those guys.
Yeah. So, I mean, what advice would you give somebody, like a younger recruit going through this process? What advice would you give them?
I would say, um, just don't leave anybody out to dry. Like, don't leave any coaches out to dry, because at the end of the day, like, they're really bought into you. You know what I'm saying? They're really invested in you, and just don't, like, that's not how you gain trust. Because for someone like me, for example, you know what I'm saying, me being highly recruited, and you know what I'm saying, going into the portal in a year and a half, or 2 years, you might not never know you need to call those coaches again, and you don't want to leave a bad impression on them. So fortunately, I was able to get in contact with a lot of the coaches that recruited me the first time, and it was like we kicked off from, you know what I'm saying, it was like you haven't seen you guys parted ways from your best friend in high school, and you guys came back to talk to each other. So it's like you don't never want to leave that bad taste in someone's mouth, because you never know how personal they may take that. They may say, you might be very, you know what I'm saying, in a bad situation, to where, okay, I need to find a place to go, and you call this school, or you call this school, and they like, well, I don't have a text back from you, you know what I'm saying, or I never got a call back from you since this day, since you got offered from these guys, and now you need me. You know, you never know how personal people will take it. So I would say keep relationships, like, you know what I'm saying, if you get a text from a different coach, even if you're committed somewhere, keep, you know what I'm saying, keep texting them, and create that relationship, because you never know where someone will end up. You know what I'm saying? Just like, for example, Coach Prime, he's at Colorado. Somebody who's getting highly recruited may not want to go to Jackson State, and now it's a Division 1 A school, and now he's at Colorado. You never know, if you leave a bad taste in a coach's mouth, they won't even look your way when you go shoot that phone call, when you still have that coach's number, and you try to go call him, trying to convince him that you deserve a scholarship from that university. So I feel like just keep relationships tight, and you don't have to be disrespectful. You don't have to just go somebody just because you feel like you don't have you don't know how to, like, um part ways with them correctly. So it doesn't have to be any like animosity between coaches. Like, coaches understand that there's, you're not the only one with 50 offers, you know what I'm saying, or you're not the only one with 35 offers or whatever. They really understand, and just be very transparent, and make sure you just have a lot of communication with these coaches. You never know where you're going to end and where your journey will take you.
Yeah. So you talked about Coach Prime to Colorado. That's crazy. What are
Yeah.
your thoughts on that? Because never in my lifetime would I have thought Coach Prime would be going to Colorado. And crazy thing is, since he has been at Colorado,
Mhm.
A source has told Josh Newberg that over 200 recruits and portal transfers have reached out to him in the last 12 hours. A lot of those being 4 and 5-star caliber players. They said it's nothing like they've ever seen in their lifetime. So, what is your thoughts on Coach Prime going to Colorado? Like, is that a program that could be a 10-win, a 12-win team next year?
Absolutely, absolutely. Coach Palmer's a great leader. Actually, in the portal, I talked to their staff as well. He's a great leader. Like he's a coach where you're willing to follow. You know what I'm saying? He's not. He may seem like he's all about himself. He's not. Like it's all about. He knows the light that's shining on him, so he's going to bring everybody in and get some of this light. I feel like that. I just feel like it's a great opportunity. Everybody's not the stagnant type. You know what I'm saying? And if you're doing your job well and you're having fun with your job, you're gonna have to step up. It's just no different from Coach V. Coach V is probably going to be a Hall of Fame coach. You know what I'm saying? If not already, they already working on that. So if you're doing your job right, like you're gonna step up. You're gonna go to the next level of wherever your job goes. So I feel like he's doing a great job. I feel like he's doing the right thing, and he has a family as well. So I respect it. And a lot of people may not, you know what I'm saying, agree with me. I just feel like the same thing he did for Jackson State, he can create way more opportunities because it's a bigger platform. He can create way more opportunities for the people who he's recruiting. You know what I'm saying? Who may not have got that look from, you know what I'm saying, those different schools, even in the Pac-12. So I feel like it's a beautiful thing. I mean, I'm congratulating. I mean, I don't think it's anything bad about the whole situation. Just me personally. I don't.
Yeah, listen, it's gonna be crazy. I expect. I was saying, oh, Dion to Auburn, Dion to Auburn, and I was like, oh, if he goes to Auburn, right, top 10 class next year.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to start saying top 10 class for Colorado because I've already seen him throwing out some big time offers, and I'm just like,
yeah,
being in a Power Five conference now, I feel like that's gonna go long
yeah,
ways for people.
yeah. Because it's sad to say, but I mean, no matter even if Colorado didn't win the game last year, like you're still Power Five, and people just want to play Power Five football. They want to play top notch football. No matter if you're winning, no matter if you're at the top of your conference, like you want to play top notch football. So with Coach Prime being there, you know what I'm saying? It's I feel like it's nothing but you know what I'm saying, just acceleration through that program. So
Well, and especially if you're a transfer next year, right? Going and looking at what the University of Colorado is going to have to put up with in
yeah,
terms of a schedule next year and what they're going to have to play. Like, I'm not sure if they play, USC next year, but, that could potentially be a game day game. You're getting the spotlight there. And the thing is, you're not on the West Coast. You're like mid-West Coast. So you're not
yeah,
playing the super, super late night games a lot of the time. And then, next year, they have to play Nebraska week
okay.
2.
That'd
So
be a good
like
test. That's a good
that
test though.
for both teams, because
Yeah, no, for
Nebraska's got
sure.
Matt Rule, and
Yeah,
then Colorado's got Dion. It's gonna be that could be a game day game right there, and also with Dion, right, he's gonna create that hype. I keep saying game day. Game day is gonna want to go see Dion. I mean, they went to
yeah,
go see him in
without a
Jackson
doubt.
State, and so
Yeah,
you have to imagine, right? They're gonna get nationally televised games because of Dion, and you go there, you're gonna be in the spotlight because of him, like what you said. So yeah, that's
yeah,
a very interesting situation, and I'm ready to see how it unfolds. So I would love for OU to put Colorado on the schedule in the next couple of years and say what you
hey man,
got.
hey, like I said, he brings the spotlight with him. So like, I mean, that's just naturally what's gonna happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those kids are gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying, finally just put their name on the map, making plays. But I mean, they have to do it as well. Like they have to do it. They can't do it from coach's name. They have to do it. But it definitely gives them opportunity to do it. So I mean, I look at everything in a positive, like in the positive direction. Like everybody could say, well, he left them and then but look at all the things he did for Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? And look at the opportunities that it granted for Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? My brother went to HBCU before Langston. Like he went to Norfolk State, and it's like Norfolk State is not. Yeah, they have a combine. Like they're not getting the publicity that maybe they deserve because there's a lot of talent in the HBCU. in like in all the conferences. But you know what I'm saying? They don't get that publicity until you make a name for yourself at a combine, or you make your name for yourself if you are fortunate to make it to the league. So like I feel like it's a beautiful thing.
No, it is a beautiful thing, and I'm looking at their schedule next year. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for Colorado to really show out. And listen, if they went out in the schedule, or maybe even with one loss, we could be talking a one-loss team going to the college football playoffs the next year. They have to go to TCU, then they get Nebraska at home, then they've got Oregon State at home, USC at home, at Oregon, at UCLA, at Utah. I mean, you talk about a brutal schedule. That's it.
That's good though. That's good. That's good because they can't. They're not gonna take. They're not gonna take any credit from if they those wins they pull out from away, or those home games that they pull out. You know what I'm saying, from those tough opponents. So I feel like that's a good thing. It's a good test. I mean, shoot. What my thing is, they don't have anything to lose. Like I feel like they're just gonna go up. So like they don't have anything to lose. They the stepping stone program.
Let's call it now. Oklahoma and Colorado, 2 versus 3 in the college football playoffs next year. Calling it now. Let's just say it.
All right, what you think will happen there?
You know what? I'm an OU fan, so of course I'm going to say OU's going to win.
Predicted score. What you got?
Oh shoot! Predict the score. I mean that's hard because I don't know what Colorado's going to have next year. But
second year, you got to take into account. Second year, Brent Venables defense. What you got?
You know what? Actually, instead of giving a score for that game, because again I don't know what they got, I'll say this: I think the Venables defense next year holds to 20 or under points on average. You guys hold on average in total yards, probably I'd say 335 or less. And I guarantee you it's going to be 115 or less on the ground.
Hold us to it. How about that?
Listen, I know who you guys are getting on the recruiting trail. So let's just put that out there. We talk about it off the recording, but I know who you guys are getting on the recruiting trail, and I know who's coming in through the transfer portal. I know of 4 more people coming into the transfer portal. So this team next year is going to be really competitive. Let's just put that out there.
Hey man, I'm excited. I'm always excited. It's like this year, like I just got a chance to really sit back and take it all in. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of good aside from the record. It was a lot of good. Like, so it's just that churning process. You gotta get out of it. We got out the storm, so made it to a bowl game. It's just really how we this bowl game really determines how we spark ourselves, how we head start ourselves into next season. So like we're taking this very seriously, like very seriously. Because if you look at Oregon, if you look at this the game from last year, Oregon, those guys who stepped up, who played as young guys and who played as, like, you know what I'm saying, second string guys, those guys really played a part in this season, and despite the season that we had. But you know what I'm saying, individually they really held a big role on our team. So we're taking this very seriously.
Yeah, so let's talk about this bowl game because I mean, this has got to be an exciting one, right? Because you guys are going to Orlando, Florida, Disney World. So I would assume y'all are getting a Disney World visit, or at least a Magic Kingdom visit. You got to, right? And then,
hey man, it's only right. It's only right.
And then you got the Cheez-It Bowl, right? I know people are like, "Oh, it's the Cheez-It Bowl." Hey, listen, they've got this, I think, contest or something going on right now. I saw Michael Turk talk about it. But it's a contest, and someone could stay in who is the cheesiest room. What are your thoughts? Are you going to try to get in on this contest to stay in the cheesiest room?
What? All right, you got to explain what that is. I really don't know what that. All this is new to me. I have no idea what that is.
Okay. Well, I got to pull it up here because he posted about it on his Twitter. So I want to show you the picture here because this is incredible. I'm not gonna lie. I would want to stay in this room. And I don't know how they're going to determine who gets to stay there, but Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So we pull it up
Hey, my
right
man
now.
Turk. My man Turk is funny.
So 4 players involved, and I don't know if you're able to see my screen, but 4 players involved in the 2 Cheez-It Bowl games will be staying in the Phil and the Cheesiest hotel rooms per a Cheez-It NIL announcement. So this is an NIL thing.
Okay.
What would you think about staying in this room?
That's lit. That look nice. It's fit for a king like me. You know what I'm saying? Cheese it, hit me up, man. I'm the cheesiest out here. Hey, that's nice though. Nah, that's really oh, that's hard.
Yeah, that goes
I
hard,
could
right?
stay in there. That I thought it was gonna be something like a box of cheeses or something you had to stay in. They could have made it hard. They made it like a royalty type of thing. I could stay in there. No
I wonder
problem.
if you'll get to be in a commercial too, because they do those commercials. I woke up feeling the cheesiest.
Man, this $1 million smile, man. You gotta put me in there. Put me in there, man.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Listen, y'all, Justin Harrington, when this launches, he'll have to put out a tweet, and you guys are gonna have to go retweet it. Talk about how much you guys want to see him in one
Let
of
me
the
get the
cheesiest
spotlight.
three.
Hold on. Let me get the spotlight real quick. Hey, Sooner Nation, you know what to do, man. Make Justin Harrington cheesiest, man. That's it. That's all I got to say. And we're gonna tweet it out. We're gonna tweet it out after this drop. Just let me know when it drops, and I'm subtweeting it.
All right, we can definitely do that. Okay. So, a couple more things before I let you go. So, you talked about how you're a cook. One of the questions that's been given to me by the fans, I'm not a fan of it, but they love it. Pineapples on pizza.
Oh no, absolutely not. No. That's a no. Absolutely not. No.
We are in agreement there.
No. Sorry, y'all. Nah. Pineapples, nah.
They do not go on pizza.
I don't even know. Nah.
Someone though had to sat there and thought that was a good combination. Somebody had to have sat there and thought that.
I'm not saying it's bad. I've had it. It just doesn't belong there. It's like you're forcing it. I just don't think it belongs there.
It doesn't.
It's not a perfect blend. Like, okay, one thing that I can almost make, like I can almost blend on anything, sweet and spicy. Like that goes together. Like that's an undefeated combination. You get the sweet from the pineapple, but you don't gain anything from the cheese or the pepperoni on the pizza. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a cheese guy, so I'm not a huge I like a lot of toppings on my pizza. Now I will say this. What's it called? Blaze pizza. That smacks. Fresh pizza, wood fired. I get to put some toppings on it. I do like barbecue chicken sometimes, throw some extra veggies and stuff on there. But listen, pineapple on pizza just sounds wrong.
I'm going to tell you one place. Well, they're not open right now. I think they're looking for a new building. But Sauce It Up in Norman, they have the best. We were about to do a NIL deal. And it was the pizza I get every time. So it's half chicken barbecue piece on one side with red onions on it. And the other side is just regular pepperoni, and it's amazing.
You know what? Sounds like we need to go try some food places. We need to We
need to bring your camera, and we will vlog, and we just go just a day in the life, and go try out places in like Oklahoma City or Norman or, you know what I'm saying, more. I don't know no places more.
Moore's not that great. They don't have many great places.
They got Zaxby's. I don't even know if that's is that more? I don't know. I guess
they
got Zaxby's though.
I'll tell you, one of my favorite restaurants in Norman is El Huevo.
I've never heard of that.
You've never? Okay, it's the best Mexican food in Norman.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try. Wait, see, that's just put it on the list. Make a list.
We're making a list. We're making a list. Okay, we're doing it.
You just gotta make a list.
We're doing it. Okay, so last question of the night. And there's a story behind this question. So I went on, I don't know if you're familiar with it, the JP and Trav show. Really great. If you guys haven't already, go tune on that show Wednesday nights, 9:00. Anyways, I was asked a question, and we started talking about food, and I talked about PB&Js. Now,
Okay.
I am not the traditionalist when it comes to your PB&Js. One, I
All right.
like creamy peanut butter, and I only like
Okay.
grape jelly with my PB&Js. But I happen to put the peanut butter and the jelly on a tortilla, and everybody's roasted me for it. They think it's absolutely disgusting. I've been told that I am killing our youth. So I want to know, from one cook to another, what is your thoughts on PB&Js wrapped up in a tortilla?
Never. Actually, I was about to say I never had it. Okay. I was probably, let's just say to be safe, 10-ish. Let's say 8. And I didn't have bread and I used it. It wasn't good. But let me tell you what is good. PB&J, take off the crust, butter in the pan, toast it, and you have the best PB&J you will ever have in your life.
Okay, well, I might have to try that with a tortilla. Kind of do it
Oh,
like a
no.
quesadilla. Listen, no,
Hey.
okay, hear me out on this. So with the bread, you have all of that bread. It's a lot of filler. With the tortilla, it's a lot thinner, right? So you're not filling up on the bread. You're able to do a little bit more peanut butter and jelly. It's not as thick, and you could kind of put it in like a
All
quesadilla.
right, look.
I feel like
Let
that'd be
me
good.
let me help you out. I'm gonna help you out so you don't just be telling people in like the grocery store that you just eat PB&J on a tortilla. So you can do it more like a crepe. So you take like a thin, you know what I'm saying, like a thin pancake in a sense, and you slid it you slid it halfway down the middle, and you put peanut butter, and you put jelly, and you put peanut butter, and you put jelly, and you fold it down, and it'll make a triangle, and you just toast it on both sides. But it's still you have the thin tortilla like, and then you still have the peanut butter and jelly with the toast. Like it's toasted part. It's toasted on both sides. With
That's
the
a good
and
idea.
with which makes the peanut butter very creamy.
That's a good idea. I'm definitely putting that one out there. Listen, Travis, I still think I'm going to be poisoning your mind. Okay, like when I put this out on Twitter, this specific clip, Travis is going to tell me that I'm poisoning your mind. But
I'm trying to
listen,
help. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you because that's a lot of hate that you about to take in. I don't agree with it. I'm just trying to help you, so maybe you might get some of the haters to climb aboard. So I mean, I just can't see me eating that on a tortilla.
listen, my goal is to just have BV invite me up to the facilities to cook you all my famous PB&Js. One, because I really want to see the facilities, but two, I think it'd be cool to just be in there and make you guys all try PB&Js on a tortilla. And then Oklahoma may never forgive me, but
Okay, well look, just to be fair, because I love Sooner Nation. Just to be fair, you have to do the same thing for the person who said the comment about pizza, for pineapples on pizza. It's only fair because both of y'all are really outliers. Like you guys are like the antagonists of the food world right now. So I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
yeah, okay, it's fair. Is there any other food combinations you got? Because my grandpa, he used to have some weird ones. Put ketchup on green beans and his
No.
eggs and then his chili. I know that. I
I've
know that
heard.
sounds awful.
Okay. So ketchup on eggs is like it's kind of like an accident thing unless you're just drowning your eggs with ketchup. Because if you have like breakfast potatoes or you have like hash browns, it's like it all goes together. But no, the string beans and the nah.
Yeah,
Do I have one?
ketchup on your green beans.
Nah, I don't have a crazy. When my mom was pregnant with my brother, and it's gonna sound crazy, like dill pickles and like candy, like now later is like a hard candy, not like hard candy, but like to where it dissolve. So not like Jolly Rancher hard candy, but like now later's are like a Starburst type of candy, and you like pack them in. She packed them in there, and like it's like a sweet and sour type of. It's like it's very good. I looked at her the first time and I said, "Yeah, pregnancy is real." I would have never tried, and I tried it. And it was actually amazing.
I know some people that have had some really weird pregnancy stuff, like pickles and ice cream and stuff like that. Yeah.
I don't know. I like I'm not a big TikToker. Like I go on TikTok to pass time, and it's like you learn a lot of stuff, and it's like they be doing some crazy stuff. Like it's just like some crazy, like ooh,
Whatever they
it's
can do to
crazy.
go viral. Whatever they can do to
Yeah,
go
like
viral.
literally, but like they'll sit there and eat it though. Like that's how you know it's real. Like you know there's like some weird people in this world. But they'll like eat the whole thing. They'll dedicate the video to eating the whole thing. Like their face doesn't frown up or anything. Like I'm just like, yeah,
If they want to be that dedicated, that's all them. I ain't
that's
that way
crazy.
though.
One thing I do though, you get ice cream and you put like your favorite cereal in it.
No, that's not bad. That's not bad.
I'm telling you, like cinnamon toast crunch. Let me two undefeated French vanilla ice cream with cinnamon toast crunch is crazy. Regular vanilla bean ice cream with golden grams.
Okay, I'm gonna try the vanilla ice cream with the cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like
Can't knock it till you try it.
except peanut butter jelly and tortillas. That's an exception. That's the only exception. I just can't. That's crazy to me. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help.
You're
I
trying
really
to
am.
wrap your brain around this, aren't you? You're
I
just
just
trying to.
like the one time I had it, I was just like, this is all I got. This is all I got until somebody come home with something. That's all I got. I made it happen.
Hey, CJ's gonna try it though. CJ Colton's gonna try it.
That's some CJ stuff right there. That's my dude. I swear, that's my dude right there. Like me and him. Oh, it's not a dull moment with me and CJ. Tomorrow when we go lift, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna make him do it. I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna send it to you. You gotta post it on Twitter.
Oh, I will. I will. I
We're gonna
will.
go to the nutrition. We're gonna go to the nutrition stand. I'm gonna make him do it. We're gonna do. I do it together. That's it. We're gonna do it.
All right. Yeah. No, that sounds great. As we wrap up, is there anything that you want to go ahead and say to Sooner Nation?
Sooner Nation, I appreciate you for listening. Everything's going to be okay, and we're still, you know what I'm saying, we still have the right mindset. We're still being competitive, and we're going to go out here. We're going to fight our tails off to whoop Florida State, and send us into a good 2023 season. And that's all I got. Love you guys.
Yeah. If you guys haven't already, and you guys have made it this far, because this is by far the longest interview that we've done on the podcast, please go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button. We are, hopefully by the time this launches, going to be about 40 subscribers away from 1,000. So hoping to hit the 1,000 mark in less than 6 months, which will be pretty great. So go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think about the show. Let us know what you guys think about our food takes. We will definitely be interested to see those. But hey, until next time, Boomer.
Boomer. You guys go follow me on Twitter, man. Ask me some silly questions.
All right. Let's see here. Gonna hit this end recording. Takes